Monday night video discussion. Thanks for checking in. Going to analyze this weekend and the storm that's going to be affecting the area. Pretty complex system, but I want to keep this short and sweet because right now, from what I'm seeing, and I know everybody doesn't agree with me, but I don't see a New York City, Philadelphia winter storm here. I don't. I think right now what's going to end up happening is I think this will trend. I think we'll end up seeing a colder storm than model, but I still think it's not going to be in time for the big cities to see a significant accumulating snow. So let's go down through the breakdown here. Upper air pattern, you can see all X's are all disturbances in the atmosphere. Here's the approaching Clipper that's coming in tomorrow night, which is going to lay several inches of snow, especially in Maine and a couple inches in the mountains of New England. This comes through, and this sets the stage for the rest of the storm. You know, when you look at northeast snowstorms, they always talk about the 50-50 low, and it's so important because it creates an environment for pressure that basically allows cold air to get locked in. That's the key of it. Now, the problem we're having with this system, however, is as this energy approaches off the Pacific, you can see it coming in here. And that's another thing I will say. This isn't properly sampled yet. I'll acknowledge that. But once this comes in, okay, you can see this is going to dive into the central part of the country, and it's also going to tap some subtropical moisture down here. Now, the problem I'm having is this energy, see the tilt of these height lines? This is a negative tilt, so what it's doing is it's pumping up heights. And when I say it's pumping up heights, it means it's allowing warm air to evect ahead of the storm. If this feature was a little stronger up here, this rising height trend would be suppressed. But I think when this is all said and done, this will be stronger, but not enough to save the big cities. Again, I might be wrong, but I just don't think we're in a setup. I think we're going to have a classic Miller B storm with a redevelopment, just say right off of the Cape May area. And unless this thing completely bombs out, again, this could be a north and west in 95 or just New England storm. I'm not going to make that call yet. But in any event, you could see this energy comes through, okay, and really starts to crank a storm system up. This is when we get to Saturday. That's going to develop, hit high pressure, and redevelop off the coast. Now, one thing I will say is this is the 12Z GFS. Check out the 18Z, and I want you guys to look at the energy here and how it's a little bit more to the east on the 18Z. You see that? Now what's going on is, look up here. There's that 50-50 low. Watch the press here on the new run. Ready? See how the press is a little bit more? So you can see it's actually a little bit more confluent. So air is coming together a little bit more, which is going to create a higher a stronger high pressure system for this initial load to run into, which causes earlier redevelopment on the new run of the GFS. You can see this is more south. Old run, look up here. New run, and you can see by these X's or the energy, you can see it's going to try to develop a low pressure center that's more off the coast. Now, if we go to the surface projection of the new GFS, this is what it looks like, and you can see there's that primary. Okay, the primary though is going in to high pressure. If I back up here, you can see that 1022 high sitting up there, and then a secondary takes over. You notice all snow up in New England, no snow even north of west of 95. My point is, if this trends, guys, I think that we could see, just say 30 miles inland from the cities, maybe just maybe 15 miles north and west of 95, we could see snow in here. Okay, too early to make that call, though. I acknowledge that. I just do not like to set up ahead of the storm for the big cities. And you can see when you look at the European ensemble, because that energy, this is just another way of looking at it, goes a little too negative, so it's starting to develop too quickly. It rises the heights in front of it, and you can see the red, okay? And if I go to the air, you can see cold is warm enough to snow. You can see that cold air is a little too far to the north. Now, this should filter back down, but still, this would really have to blow up over there, guys, in order to filter in snow. So that's all I'm going to say for now. Don't want to move this over 4 minutes. When it's all said and done, I'm looking for trends. Let's see how this 50-50 vortex presses and how it affects the development. We want to see this transfer early, not late. And I think best case scenario right now is snow north and west of 95. Definitely snow up in New England. Big cities, I can't make that call. I just don't think it's going to happen. We'll see. Thanks for checking in.